It is day 6, so that means it is writing day. I'm going to share my screen. Our team cooperation goal is still active listening, so take a minute and think about what does that look like and what does that sound like. We're still looking at summarizing and synonyms, but today we're going to focus on the write a compare and contrast paragraph. So we're going to be writing a paragraph today. All right, so we're going to start with, we're going to be writing the compare and contrast paragraph to find the similarities and differences between the 3 running events or 3 jumping events that we read about already in the cycle. You might be used to comparing and contrasting usually 2 things, but you can actually compare 3 things at a time. So we're going to start by looking at this passage. Sometimes it's a good way to learn about more than one item. You can learn that the things that seem very similar have important differences. So let's look at this paragraph. It says, Larry, Moe, and Curly are identical triplets. Each boy has red hair, green eyes, and freckles across his nose. They all wear the same size clothes and shoes. Their voices are even similar, and each of them like to trick people into thinking that he is one of the other brothers. However, they are also very different people. Larry's favorite color is blue, Moe's favorite color is red, and Curly's favorite color is green. Larry likes grape jelly, Moe likes raspberry jelly, and Curly likes apricot jelly. Larry likes to playing baseball. Moe likes playing basketball, and Curly likes to play hockey. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take this information and I'm going to show you how we can organize this into a organizer. So let me show you down here. Okay. So if I was going to make this into an organizer, I need to make 3 circles and they have to be overlapping. So actually, I have a cup here I can use to make better circles. You could just draw them. So there's one, but I want to make sure the second one goes over the first one a little bit. You don't have a cup, you can just draw your circles. See how I just made them over each other? And the third one has to go over both of them. So I'm going to put it where it starts over both of these, like this. Just like that. So now I have 3 circles, and then I'm going to label them. I'm going to say this one's Larry, and this one is going to be Moe, and this one is going to be Curly. Okay, and then let's look and see how they are alike first. So let me share my screen. So let's see, they're identical triplets. So I'm going to put identical. That means they're identical in appearance. So I'm going to put in appearance. Okay. And now let's look at some of the ways that they're different. So I can look at, let's see, maybe each boy has, we know that they have red hair, green eyes, freckles across the nose. They all wear the same size clothes and shoes. So that's all about their appearance. Their voices are even similar. But here we have the different colors. Let's see. Larry's favorite color is blue. So I'm going to put that over here under Larry. He likes blue. And then I see that Moe's favorite color is red. So I'm going to put likes red. Curly's favorite color is green. So I'm going to put likes green. And then let's see, Larry likes grape jelly. So I'm going to put likes grape. And then it says Moe likes raspberry jelly. I guess I'll put jelly underneath here. Let's see, Moe likes raspberry jelly. And then Curly likes apricot jelly. Larry likes playing baseball. And then let's see, Mo likes playing basketball. I'm just going to put basketball in his thing. And Curly likes playing hockey. So hockey. Okay, so when I do this, I can see how they're all three the same. Do you see where all three circles are overlapping? That middle section shows me what they all three have in common, but out here shows how even though they're very much the same, they are very different. So that's what we're going to focus on. We're not going to worry about these other ones. We're just going to focus on the ways that they're all alike and the way that they're different. So we're going to compare and contrast three events that you read about in the cycle. Okay, so let me share my screen here. Okay, and so this is what Ms. Schrack just did, so I'm going to keep going. Okay, it says, you read about 3 running events and 3 jumping events in this cycle. These events have a lot of similarities and differences. Write a paragraph that compares and contrasts either the 3 running events or the 3 jumping events. Begin your paragraph with a sentence that states what you are comparing and contrasting. Explain at least one thing all 3 events have in common. Then explain at least one way that each event is different. Your paragraph should end with a sentence that restates the main idea. Okay, and then it says, here's the scoring guide. You write a compare and contrast paragraph about either 3 running events or 3 jumping events from the text. That's worth 25 points. Then you have your paragraph begins with a sentence that states what you are comparing and contrasting. That's worth 10 points. You explain at least one thing all 3 events have in common. That's worth 15. You explain at least one way that each event is different. That's 15 points each for a 45 maximum amount of points. And then your paragraph ends with a sentence that restates the main idea, which is worth 5 points. Okay, so before we begin writing, it is important that we plan out our writing. So what I want you to do is to go ahead and draw your 3 circles, and I'm going to try to do it without the cup so that way I can just make sure you know you don't have to have that. So remember, you're going to do your first 2. They're going to overlap each other, and then that last one just needs to make sure it goes through the other 2. Okay, so you need to think about, so they said we can choose either 3 running events or 3 jumping events. Well, what we could do is we could use our idea tree to help us if we wanted to. So if you wanted to do, for example, the 3 jumping events would be a good idea to compare. So then all you would have to do, and I'm just going to get you started so that way you can, it'll be easier for you whenever you have to write it. So you can label 1 long jump. And then we had on our idea tree, we had the triple jump. And then the high jump. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to go in and you're going to, if there's something that all of them are the same about, you're going to put it right there in that middle spot. I probably didn't make mine quite big enough. And then you're going to put all the ways that they're different in those other spots. Okay, go back here. Okay, so once again, when you start writing, so after you get this whole thing done, you're going to write a paragraph. So it's going to be graded like this. So for example, it says your paragraph begins with a sentence that states what you are comparing and contrasting. So let's think. So what would we be comparing and contrasting in this sentence? or in this, out of these three events, we would be comparing and contrasting these different jumps. So if you're going to write a sentence about comparing them, you're going to write it out saying, the long jump, the triple jump, and the high jump are similar and different in many ways, or however you're going to start it, so you get your 10 points. And then you need to at least explain one thing, so that middle part that they have in common in a sentence. And then you need to take your diagram and take how they're different, and you're going to have some sentences, like 3 sentences for one way each one is different. So like the long jump, blah, 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 whatever you're going to write. And then your paragraph has to end with a sentence that restates the main idea. So thinking about what all are you talking about here, and you're going to rewrite a final sentence. Okay, so I am going to stop there and you can get to writing.